Some people are not lazy, they are exhausted, not physically first, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and the dangerous part is most people around them cannot tell. They still show up, still smile, still answer messages, still serve, still preach, still sing, still work, still pray for everybody else, but inside, they are running on fumes. There are people listening to this right now who are silently collapsing while still functioning publicly, and nobody knows. The scary thing about emotional exhaustion is that it hides well. You can sit in church exhausted, lead worship exhausted, raise children exhausted, run a business exhausted, serve in ministry exhausted. Some people have become so used to survival mode that they no longer recognize they are drowning emotionally. And what scares me today is how normalized this has become. People brag about never resting, never slowing down, always giving, always sacrificing, but eventually, even strong people break when they ignore the condition of their soul. I believe many believers today are carrying invisible weight they were never meant to carry alone. And because nobody sees the wounds, nobody addresses them. So people continue bleeding internally while appearing fine externally, and eventually the soul starts shutting down. The hidden collapse. I need people to understand something serious. Exhaustion is not always about sleep. You can sleep 8 hours and still wake up emotionally tired. Why? Because emotional exhaustion comes from carrying grief, pressure, disappointment, betrayal, fear, anxiety, responsibility, trauma, constant warfare all at the same time. Some people have not rested mentally in years. Their mind never shuts off, always thinking, always worrying, always carrying everybody, always trying to hold things together, and eventually the body may still move, but the soul becomes tired. This is why some people feel numb now. They do not laugh the same, do not feel joy the same, do not feel excitement the same, not because they do not love God, but because exhaustion has slowly drained the life out of them emotionally. And unfortunately, many churches only know how to talk about spiritual attacks while ignoring emotional damage. But hear me carefully. The soul matters to God too. Your mind matters to God too. Your emotional condition matters to God too. The enemy loves exhausted believers because exhausted people stop discerning clearly. Exhausted people isolate. Exhausted people become hopeless. Exhausted people stop fighting. And some people listening right now have been fighting so long that they secretly wonder if they even have strength left anymore. But the Bible shows us something powerful that many people forget. Even mighty men of God became emotionally overwhelmed. Elijah's collapse. Let's talk about Elijah. This man called down fire from heaven. He confronted false prophets. He saw the power of God move openly. Massive victory, miracles, authority, power. But after the public victory came the private collapse. One threat from Jezebel, and Elijah ran. Not because he was weak spiritually, because he was exhausted. People forget this part. The prophet who called down fire ended up under a tree asking God to let him die. That is shocking. 1 Kings 19 shows us something many believers overlook. Spiritual victories do not make you immune to emotional exhaustion. And some people feel guilty because they are tired. They think, if I really had faith, I would not feel this way. That is not true. Even Elijah crashed emotionally. Even strong people become tired souls. And what amazes me most is how God responded to Elijah. God did not scream at him, did not shame him, did not call him weak, did not abandon him. God let him rest, fed him, strengthened him, then spoke to him. That is powerful, because sometimes God knows you cannot hear clearly until you recover emotionally. The danger of ignoring the soul. Many people are ignoring warning signs. They call it being busy, but internally they are shutting down. They are becoming emotionally detached, short-tempered, numb, withdrawn, constantly overwhelmed, unable to process pain correctly. And some are spiritually dry, not because God left, but because exhaustion has clouded everything. There are people listening to me who have not truly processed betrayal, heartbreak, disappointment, ministry wounds, family pain, grief. You just kept moving. You survived, but survival is not healing, and eventually, what remains unhealed begins leaking into everything else. into relationships, into ministry, into parenting, into leadership, into your view of yourself. Some people have never truly processed heartbreak, betrayal, rejection, grief, ministry wounds, disappointment. You just kept moving. You survived. But survival is not healing. And eventually, what remains unhealed starts leaking into everything else, into relationships, into ministry, into leadership, into parenting, into your peace. Some people are not angry, they are tired. Some people are not cold, they are wounded. Some people are not distant, they are overwhelmed. And because we live in a world addicted to performance, many people no longer know how to admit they are struggling. So they hide behind, "I'm fine." Meanwhile, internally, they are drowning. But hear me carefully tonight. God sees hidden weight. People may overlook your pain. People may miss the signs, but God sees it. Psalm 61 says, "When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I." Notice that. The Bible acknowledges overwhelmed hearts. Some of you listening are carrying things silently because you feel like you have to stay strong for everybody else. But you matter too. Your soul matters too. Your healing matters too. And sometimes strength is not pretending you are okay. Sometimes strength is finally admitting, "I am tired." I believe there are people listening right now who have spent so much time pouring into others that they forgot they need healing too. You need restoration too. You need peace too. And no, rest does not make you weak. Crying does not make you weak. Healing does not make you weak. Stepping back to recover does not make you weak. Even Jesus stepped away from crowds. Even Jesus rested. Even Jesus wept. Selah. So tonight, to the exhausted believer, to the overwhelmed leader, to the person silently carrying invisible weight, God sees you. You are not failing because you are tired. You are not abandoned because you are overwhelmed. And you are not weak because your soul needs healing. The enemy wants exhausted believers isolated, but God wants exhausted believers restored. And maybe tonight, instead of pretending to be okay, you finally let God begin healing the parts of you that have silently suffered for too long. Pray, rest, breathe, recover, and let God restore your soul.